Hmm. So we are talking about the one of the subjects to be taught at uh, semester 5 for electrical engineering students, power system 1. So coming to the introduction of this subject, we all know that nature has gifted us energy in different forms. For example, water content at some hill, coal available in mines, etc. Now talk about first one. Water content at some hill always represents potential energy, that is mgh, which nature is mechanical, the potential energy. The use of this energy at the site itself could be productive, but if we want to use this energy to some distant place, then the maximum portion of the energy will be lost. So idea is to translate this mechanical energy into electrical form with the help of generator. The generator will be generating electricity, more specifically electrical voltage, and it will be sent to distant place by use of step transformer, and the power loss will be of very much lower order. Now let's talk about the second point, coal mines. Coal is available in mines, so it is site specific, so can be better used at the site itself. But if translated into electrical form, then that can be used in better way. So how? The basics is कि thermal energy would be operating the boiler to produce a steam. The steam would be producing electricity in a thermal power plant. The heart of thermal power plant is going to be alternating. Now, why electrical energy? Why we are going to at all translate the mechanical energy or chemical energy in this electrical format? The reason is that the energy can be best used, or if most efficiently used, if it happens to be electrical form, because the associated power loss is much less than for mechanical form or other form. Second one is that the system which are electrically operated can be controlled in better manner. We can see the example कि suppose we do have some mechanical system, we do have some electrically operated system, then we all know कि precision of the result depends upon instrument and the user. So if instrument is not accurate or proper, then its precision is going to be badly or adversely affected. But reverse is going to happen if the system is electrically operated. Now let's in fact talk a little bit about the basics of power generation, how power is generated. This is some representation of some power plant run by some mechanical energy. So what mechanical energy is going to do? Mechanical energy is going to run the turbine. By run we mean rotate the turbine. So the turbine is mounted on the shaft on which the rotor of the alternator as well has been mounted. Rotor happens to be a field magnet. So as per Faraday's law, as rotor magnet would rotate with respect to armature coil, then voltage would be generated. This is going to be explained with more clarity in the following figure. So here I am going to represent this one. Okay, this one is field magnet, and this is a coil, armature coil. Suppose this one is north pole, this one is south pole, and it is being run with the help of the turbine as shown here. So mechanical energy is coming from here, and it is going to rotate the turbine, and so the magnet is going to rotate. Just consider, and I am going to represent armature coil by winding N1. So we can see that in the present situation, magnetic field produced by the field magnet is going to align completely with the armature coil. So let's in fact talk about, say, position of field magnet, and next we are going to talk about the flux linking the armature coil. So presently we can see very obviously that is the axis of field magnet is aligning along armature coil. So the linking flux with the armature coil is going to be maximum. Now we all know that turbine would be rotating this field magnet. So after 90 degree of rotation, the angle between the armature coil and field magnet is going to be 90 degree. We all know armature coil is stationary while field magnet is rotating. So its position is going to be something like this. So south pole has come over here and north pole has come over here. Its axis is this one, while its component along armature coil is going to be 0. So what I am trying to say, कि at 0 degree angular position of the field magnet, the flux linking with the armature coil was phi m. After 90 degree rotation, suppose it is being rotated in clockwise direction, then it is 0 degree, because now here we do have south pole of that magnet, field magnet, and north pole has come over here. Further 90 degree rotation would bring the angular position of field magnet at 180, and this would mean that south pole would be here and north pole would be here. So the flux linking with the armature coil would be minus phi m. Further 90 degree rotation would mean that yes, south pole is here and north pole is here. This would mean that again its component along armature coil is going to be 0. Further 90 degree rotation would mean that yes, 360 degree rotation, or we have reached the original position, the position of the magnet would be as it was right in the very beginning of the rotation, as shown by this figure. So flux linking the armature coil is going to be phi. So although these results are discrete one, we can talk about its continuity, or if we will dig through this data, then we will find that flux linking the armature coil phi is going to be phi m cos theta, where theta is going to be omega t. We can see at 0 degree it is phi m, At 90 this is 0, at 180 it is minus phi m, at 270 this is 0, at 360 means 0 degree it is phi. So we have got the expression for flux linking the armature coil. Now applying Faraday's law. So the EMF generated in armature coil, we are going to call this one as E1N. By E1N we mean the voltage of terminal 1 with respect to terminal N, and this is going to be minus N d phi by dt as per Faraday's law. As per Faraday's law. So we can see this one is minus N and d by dt, and this one is phi m cos theta. So this one is effectively minus N phi m d by dt and of cos omega t. So this is minus N phi m and minus omega sin omega t. So this has come to N phi m omega sin omega t. E1N we have got. We can see that at omega t is equal to pi by 2, E1N is going to be N phi m omega, and this is called E max, or specifically E1 max. So this expression can be written as E1N can be written as E1 max sin omega t, which representation would be something like this: E1N, and this one is omega t. So what we are going to see, this omega t is also theta. Who is going to propose theta? Theta is being proposed with the help of this turbine, and this turbine is going to propose theta, which is going to affect omega, and this omega is responsible for the voltage generation. So here we have talked about the single phase voltage generation. By single phase we mean we do have only two terminals, one is phase, another is neutral. Phase is being represented by 1 and N is being represented as the neutral, and the voltage E1N represents EMF generated in armature coil, the typical armature coil. In next class we shall be talking about voltage generated in 3-phase alternator.